Don't cancel me, but I still call it HBO, the best streaming service of all time. They've been producing the best in prestige TV for 3 decades. Let's take a look at HBO's top 10 shows of all time. Man, I love HBO. Starting off at number 10, Euphoria. Based on an Israeli series that embraces a more is more philosophy, became an instant HBO classic, a show bursting with stars, a perfect soundtrack, unforgettable visuals, and a plot that keeps you hooked in every episode. Euphoria is a wild ride from start to finish. Go back and rewatch. Up next, White Lotus, the newest show on the list. White Lotus satirizes liberal hypocrisy and the excesses of the ultra-wealthy. Created by Mike White, the same guy who played the uptight roommate in School of Rock, White Lotus takes you on a 1% journey through Hawaii, Sicily, and soon to be Thailand. I can't wait. Coming in at number 8, Silicon Valley, a tech comedy that perfectly captured the blind optimism and absurdity of the 2010s. Silicon Valley turned the tech world into comedy gold, lampooning everything from startups to venture capitalists. It's a time capsule of an era when innovation seemed boundless and clueless. Up next at number 7, Veep. Julia Louis-Dreyfus cemented herself as the queen of comedy with Veep, going back to back after Seinfeld. Veep's a funny look into the self-serving world of US politics. JLD and her dysfunctional team navigate scandals, backstabbing, and power plays in the relentless, absurd pursuit of political success.
So, I just wanted to get the gang together early in my tenure to say, yo.
Succession takes a dark comedy look into the family dysfunction of the 1% of the 1%. Based on the real-life Murdochs with Shakespearean undertones throughout, Succession changed pop culture forever. The Roys backstab, badmouth, and only look out for themselves as they try to navigate the complex world of messy public companies that none of the children were built for. A story with no real winners besides the audience. Succession is New York City porn that makes you question how loyal you would be to your family when it comes down to billions. Kicking off the top half is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David took the sitcom formula, threw it out the window, and created something even better. LD turns everyday social interactions into cringe comedy gold. With Larry playing an exaggerated version of himself, Curb knew no boundaries. And unlike Seinfeld, Curb actually nailed the series finale. This show couldn't exist anywhere but HBO, and we're all for the better. Number 4, Sex and the City. A show that tried to ruin its legacy with a modern reboot, Sex and the City aired on HBO roughly the same time as The Sopranos, giving HBO a 1-2 punch in drama and comedy that turned the premium service into a powerhouse. The show is based on Candace Bushnell's book, became a pop culture phenomenon, inspiring cocktail parties, cupcakes, and millions of girls to figure out if they were a Carrie, Samantha, Miranda, or Charlotte. It's hard to overstate the impact of the show at its time because it doesn't have that same cachet today. It was one of the first shows to portray strong, complicated women in their late 30s and 40s, and I still can't believe they killed big in the reboot. What a mess. Starting off the top 3, The Wire. The gritty Baltimore drama that exposed the complexities and bureaucracy that fail us all. The Wire proved that no matter how hard you try, the system's going to keep you down. With iconic characters, memorable lines, and tragic consequences, every episode and every season got better and better. Number 2, Game of Thrones. The show that should have been number 1 if this list was only for the first 6 seasons, Game of Thrones would have won by a mile. Unfortunately, seasons 7 and 8 exist and are still available to watch. It's hard to comprehend just how bad the ending of the show was, one of the biggest letdowns of my life. Let's all pretend it never happened. And finally, taking us home, The Sopranos. Much like Don Draper, only one man could have played Tony Soprano. Tony redefined the anti-hero, delivering an unforgettable performance that set the standard for prestige TV. The Sopranos intertwined family drama, mob behavior, and dark comedy in a way that nobody had ever done before. Sopranos left a mark on pop culture that will last for generations.